entertainment and handcrafted cocktails at Temp Lounge. We thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Mikasuki Casino and Resort online at mikasuki.com.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
ADT is the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT knows every second counts, especially in baseball. 1 second you're down, the next you're on top again. 1 second the bases are loaded, the next everyone's home safe. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Step up to the plate with Terminix, the leader in pest protection for almost 100 years. We don't just hit home runs against termites. Since 1927, Terminix has defended homes and businesses nationwide from all kinds of pest curveballs. Trust Terminix to protect what matters most. Visit Terminix.com/Marlins to learn more. Because no one strikes out termites and pests like Terminix.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. And Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
What a win it was in Cleveland, Ohio at Progressive Field on Wednesday night. The Marlins get the win 13-4 over the Cleveland Guardians for the Fish. 13 runs on 17 hits. Where do we start here? Let's start with Jacob Marcy. Jacob Marcy today was absolutely incredible. In his 13th Major League Baseball game, Jacob Marcy was 4 for 5 with a double, 2 homers, and he tied a franchise record that has been accomplished several times, last done by Adam Duvall. 7 RBIs. Jacob Marcy entered play today, hitting .382 with 6 RBIs. His head will hit the pillow tonight, batting .436 and more than doubling his RBI total in his previous dozen Major League Baseball games. He has 13. Oh, by the way, he only had 1 homer. Now he's got 3. He had a 3-run shot to tie a bow on a 4-run first, and then he laced a 2-run homer out to right that was a mammoth tank in the top of the 5th. That was 428 feet off the bat at 108 miles an hour. Continuing the offensive grind, Graham Pauley was 4 for 4, 3 singles, a solo shot at 403 feet out to right center field. He also walked and scored a run, so Pauley reached base all 5 times he came to the plate. We'll give you the pitching breakdown for the Fish, and then we'll hear from Pauley and Jacob Marcy. Pitching-wise, Yuri Perez started this ball game, and he got clipped by the long ball. First hitter that he saw, Steven Kwan, the leadoff man. He countered a leadoff home run from Xavier Edwards. By the way, his second homer of the year. X blasted one to open the game against Gavin Williams, who's coming off of taking a no-hit bid into the 9th inning in New York last week. X had a leadoff homer in the top of the first. Steven Kwan had a leadoff homer against Yuri Perez in the bottom of the first inning. But Yuri bounced back. He was exceptional, with the exception of a 3-run home run from Gabriel Arias in the 4th. But Yuri, 5 innings, a 4-run ball. He K'd 8, didn't walk anyone. That changeup was dancing all night long. Meanwhile, on Cleveland side, Gavin Williams mentioned he was near no-hit in Queens last week. He only lasted 3 innings in this one. 3 innings, a 4-run ball. He only walked 1, but the pitch count climbed. Gavin Williams, through 3 innings, was at 75 pitches. But let's get back to the offensive grind. First, you're going to hear from Steven Strom and Graham Pauley again. After a 4 for 4 day, he reached base all 5 times he came to the plate.
Graham, how would you explain what you saw from Jacob Marcy, your buddy, your roommate, your best friend?
Yeah, I mean, that guy's he's a real deal. I mean, as we've seen, the past since he got called up, like just every single day, going out there, perform, compete, and I love him, and I'm so happy for him, and it's special.
When did you know tonight was going to be different for him?
I mean, honestly, like every day he just does it. He goes in there and works hard, puts in the work, never does anything special to try to make it more than what it is. So like really, I didn't know he was going to keep doing it. I mean, I figured just because he's such a good player, but like he goes in there and just does the same thing every day, just tries to be the same guy. And I respect that, and that's why he's so good.
How much does this win feel good for you guys? Not only getting it, but how you won today.
Yeah, it definitely meant something. We wanted to come out and make a statement. The past few games not gone our way. Lost some close ones. And that it's a long season, so you're going to lose some close ones. But doing it night after night, that's always tough. It's coming out here and really kind of put a foot down and have a statement win. It means a lot. So good.
4 hits for you. What kind of zone are you in?
Yeah, I think I'm in a really good spot. I made those swing changes, and since I came back up, still trying to make changes and perfect everything. You're never going to be perfect, but I feel like I'm in a really good spot. I'm seeing the ball well. So just keep doing the same thing. Keep working hard in the cages with our hitting coaches and be in a good spot. So
celebrate with your team. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Thank you very much, Graham Pauly. You'll hear from Stephen and Jacob Marcy in a moment. But offensively, I mean, Pauly doesn't even start to list the other stars from this one. Jacob Marcy obviously stole the show here. Marcy was 4 for 5 with a double, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. But Pauly was 4 for 4 with that homer and a walk. And oh, by the way, Graham Pauly scored 2 runs as well. In terms of other multi-hit days, Liam Hicks, 2 for 5 with a double and an RBI. He scored 2 runs. Kyle Stowers was 2 for 4 with a walk, a double, and RBI. He scored 3 runs. Xavier Edwards, 2 for 5 with a triple and his second homer of the year. But again, the day belonged to Marcy. This guy just put up one of the best single-game performances we've ever seen in the history of this franchise, and he was standing by with Steven Strom after the contest.
Jacob, when did you feel like tonight maybe was a little different?
I don't know. I mean, X started off with a homer, and then ever since then, everyone was hitting the ball hard, had good ABs, and hitting's contagious, so that always helps.
Did you have a favorite hit or home run tonight?
I think the one to put us back ahead, they punched us back after we got a lead, and just being able to respond real quick. I mean, I think that was huge and gained some momentum.
What family is here tonight?
Geez, I don't even know where to start. I don't even think I know everyone that's here right now. But there's a lot of people here, and just support means everything, so it's awesome.
How good did this win feel for your team and how you guys did it tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Obviously, we've had some tough losses lately, and just to keep battling back through everything, it was huge, and just hopefully this keeps going.
Last one for you, 7 RBIs tonight. That tied a franchise record. What does it mean to you to be in the record books for this organization?
Yeah, it's obviously an honor and super special, but I mean, that stuff, like, it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to win, so anything I can do to help the team win.
Congratulations. Thanks for the time, Jacob.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, it's going to be awesome. The 8 RBI game a little bit later on in his career. Jacob Marcy is trending that way again. This guy has been downright sensational since making his big league debut on that Friday, August 1st against the Yankees. This guy through 13 games is hitting .436, 6 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. He's walked 9 times in 13 games. He's 6 for 7 in the stolen base department. And oh, by the way, the OPS, the on-base plus the slugging percentage, major league average is about 710, 715 right now. He's doubling that. He's at 1414 in his OPS through 48 major league plate appearances. We'll step aside. We'll play the highlights from this whale of a win next. 13-4, the Marlins get the win over the Guardians in Cleveland here on the Marlins Radio Network. ADT.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score standing up from second. With 2 men gone, it's an RBI single for Augustine Ramirez. And the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the 4th. Opposite of Texas's concern with him. they thought that he was going to be in an insane amount of pain.
Yeah.
Pitch to X. That one stung. Past the dive of the second baseman. Albies into right center for a base hit. Myers will score from second base, no problem. And Xavier Edwards got to 300 last AB. This time he pushes to 301. Afternoon, getaway day at 1:35. Jen Powell calls balls and strikes. 3-1. That one sprayed into left field, down the line. Long run for Profar. He's still moving. That drops in. It's a fair ball. Hernandez was drifting towards third. Now he gets the run around home, and the throw coming home is late. That was a line hunter. Profar is explaining to the third base umpire, Chris Guccione, that he thought it bounced to the right of the chalk, or the left of the chalk, I should say. Yesterday has hit the skids a bit for his last few games. And the 1-2, that one cracked into right center. That is in for a base hit. That's going to keep on rolling for a while. Marcy around third. He comes in to score, and that's Major League RBI number 2 on hit number 3 from Troy Johnston. Stretching Cappy maybe 10 pitches further than you would if you were on 4. 0-1. Hernandez lifts that one high in the air, out to left and deep. Profar is back at the track. It is gone. Into the Marlins bullpen. Big Bert again. His 7th home run of the season. And it's a 2-run shot. 5-0 Fish in the top of the 5th.
And you're listening to the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
How awesome was that? 13-4. The Fish get the win over the Guardians in Cleveland. They even this series at a game apiece, setting up a rubber match tomorrow night at 6:40 between Edward Cabrera and Tanner Bybee. Let's play the highlights from this one. Highlights started right away thanks to the little man that could, Xavier Edwards, against the big bad Gavin Williams on Cleveland's side. X hits one high in the air and deep, out to right. There's no doubt about this one. Homer number 2 on the year for X-Man, and Xavier Edwards did not miss a stitch. Who knew he had this in him? 104 off the bat, 402 feet out to right field, and a leadoff homer for power threat Edwards. Open scoring right away. All right, Xavier Edwards drilled that leadoff homer, and then a couple hitters later, Jacob Marcy started his tremendous day at the plate. And Marcy drills a ball out to right and deep, a line shot. Nearly gets to the concourse and gone out to right. He got a hanging sweeper, and he did not miss it. Second homer of his career, second homer against Gavin Williams in the first, and the Fish are pouring it on. 3-run blast, 4-0 in the top of the first inning. So Jacob Marcy with 3 RBIs of his 7 that he would get to tie a franchise record. But Steven Kwan had an immediate response on the second pitch that Yuri Perez threw tonight in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 pitch. That one drilled high in the air, out to right. Ball might be flying today. Johnston is back and is gone. Leadoff home run from Steven Kwan. It's his 10th on the year. And just as X does, the all-star left fielder Kwan does the same. It's 4-1 Marlins in the bottom of the first. 2 pitches in to Yuri's start. It was the first time in over 2 years that both leadoff men homered in a Marlins game. The last time it happened, Jorge Soler was leading off for the Fish, and Mookie Betts was leading things off for the LA Dodgers in 2023. This game was actually tied through 4, and that was because of one swing after a hit by pitch and a single. That swing came from Gabriel Arias against Yuri in the home 4th. 9th pitch of the at-bat is drilled high in the air, out to left. Arias didn't miss a stitch. On the 9th pitch of the plate appearance, Gabriel Arias belts a game-tying 3-run homer. This has been a slugfest early. 433 feet out to left. And we're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 4th. But then we got Marcy's favorite hit of the night. It was the homer to put the Fish back in front. 2-2. That one drilled again, out to right and deep. That thing is gone. Marcy looks over to the first base dugout, pumps his fist, and now points towards the bullpen. Jacob Marcy, 3 for 3 with a pair of homers and tied no more. A 2-run shot on a line makes it 6-4 Fish in the top of the 5th. Jacob Marcy, his first career multi-homer day, and that thing was obliterated off his bat. Jacob Marcy, that was the hardest hit ball that we've seen from him to this point in his very short-lived major league career, but there is plenty of time to go in the career of Jacob Marcy. Then his buddy got involved in the top of the 6th inning with one away after Dane Myers struck out. Graham Pauley hit a baseball very hard his own right. Zuber set at the letters. He rocks. And he fires. And it's cut on and missed. A sweeper. Tyler Zuber comes on. 2-1. That one hit high in the air, out to right center field, pretty deep. Schneemann is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Graham Pauley, he's heating up with the power stroke. His 4th homer on the year and his 3rd homer of the week. Graham Pauley gives the Fish some breathing room with a solo blast. It's 7-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th. We've played you 6 home run calls. Unfortunately, that's it, but it's crazy that we got 6 combined homers in this one. 2 from their side and 4 from our side. X, Pauley, and 2 from Marcy. Then small ball started to come into play. Xavier Edwards tripled after the Pauley homer, and Kyle Stowers brought him in with an RBI knock. 1-0 pitch. That one lined into center field. That is in for a base hit. X can practically walk home from third base. Kyle Stowers gets right. His first hit of the night is an RBI single, and it's another run. It's 8-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th. After Stowers, Hicks kept the line moving 2 hitters later with a ground rule double. A 1 slapped down the left field line. That could be trouble. Kwan chasing it. That is a fair ball, and it one-hops into the seats down the left field line. It is a ground rule double. Augustine had no idea that he should stay at third base. He was headed back to second. That is an RBI ground rule double for Hicks. That played Stowers from second base, and it's 9-4 Fish in the top of the 6th. And then the franchise record tire from Jacob Marcy. 1-1 to Marcy. He drills that one down the left field line. That is in for a base hit, and that will score 2 more. Marcy pushing towards second. He's in there, standing up. All of a sudden, he's a triple shy of the cycle in a 4-hit day. He drives in 2 additional. This guy has 7 RBIs, and it's 11-4 Marlins in the top of the 6th. Just amazing stuff from Jacob Marcy. Again, the final line on him today. He was 4 for 5 with a double, 2 homers, and a franchise record tying 7 runs driven in. Scoring was capped thanks to the Gus Bus, Augustine Ramirez in the top of the 7th. 0-1 pitch. That one a little flare into left center field. That's dropping in for a base hit. Pauley comes in to score. They send Stowers. He will come in to score. And that's a 2-run single for Augustine. It's 13-4. Fish out in front of the top of the 7th. Meanwhile, the Guardians really went dormant tonight. Aside from the 2 homers, leadoff shot from Kwan in the first and the 3-run home run from Arias in the 4th, they had nothing cooking against Yuri and the Marlins bullpen. They had 1 at-bat with runners in scoring position, and they left just 1 guy on base. Tyler Zuber came on, 1-2-3, ball game over in the bottom of the 9th. Zuber set at the letters. He rocks, and he fires, and it's cut on and missed. A sweeper. Tyler Zuber comes on, and he spins a 1-2-3 inning with a pair of punch-outs, and that is how this ball game ends. Jacob Marcy, the story today. He tied a franchise record with 7 RBIs. Marcy, 4 for 5 with a pair of homers and a double. And oh, by the way, his buddy Graham Pauley, 4 hits, a homer, and a walk. He reached base 5 times. Offense told the story tonight. And all in all, a 13-4 win for the Fish over the Cleveland Guardians on Wednesday at Progressive Field. That's how this ball game sounded. The day belonged to Marcy, Pauley, X, Yuri, whoever. The day belonged to the Marlins. 13-4, they get the win over the Cleveland Guardians. We'll step aside. We'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, when we come back. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. 33% of the way there.
That's Hall of Famer.
Hit 333. 1-0 pitch. That one looped into shallow left field. Profar coming on. He won't get there. That drops in for a base hit. Hicks going to come in and score. Otto pushes to third. And Jacob Marcy drives in his 4th run at the major league level. This guy's 8 for 17 to open his big league career. And an RBI knock gets the Fish on the board. They trail 2-1 at the top of the second. In the lead. 1-2. That one hit in the air, out to right center. That's deep, that's carrying well. Harris is back at the track. He leaps up, he opens the bullpen door, and that's off the wall. It caroms back into center. Wagaman pushes to third, and 2 runs come in to score. A 2-run triple for Wag Attack. Braves of yesteryear.
No.
3-2. That one hit well, out to right and deep, down the line. White on the move, he's looking up, and it's gone! Into the chop house, Graham Pauley. Back-to-back days with a homer. He's got 3 now as a Marlin, and this is a 5-run second. 2-run blast. 5-2 Fish.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score, standing up from second. With 2 men gone, it's an RBI single for Augustine Ramirez. And the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the 4th.
Trying to win it all again. Posada, slow roller right side. Beckett picks it up, tags Posada, and the Florida Marlins are world champions. The Marlins have stunned the Yankees, shocked New York, and this improbable team, improbable ride, they end up on top, winning in.
We're living out the back of the. How about these Fish, man? 13-4, they get the win over the Cleveland Guardians. Jacob Marcy ties a franchise record with 7 RBIs in the effort. Surely a happy skipper. Let's hear from the Marlins manager, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Clayton, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs from Jacob Marcy. What'd you tell him before the game, and how would you describe what you saw tonight?
I think Stowers has been really coaching a lot of guys up, and in all seriousness, what a great game. I mean, Jacob, we've talked about him a lot since he's come up. The high at bat quality, the discipline at the plate, and he's hit for impact. And so and tonight, like again, he ran really great at bats. And even the first one, battling back from being down 2K to hit a big home run, another one. So he had all around another a terrific game, and helped in a big way tonight.
I know you guys always believed in him, but what has surprised you about Jacob Marcy?
I mean, he's on a real heater right now. I think it'd be hard to say you wouldn't be surprised that this type of production. I mean, this has been on, it's been incredible. I think we're not surprised by what he's brought defensively, what he's brought on the bases, as well as the ability to make quality decisions in the batter's box. I think those were things that he could really hang his hat on. And I think we expected to see those things. I mean, and some of the early power that he's shown has been maybe a little surprising, but a great thing. I think that just goes back to him putting himself in really good counts to hit and having a short swing. And so, he's been a real boost.
What did tonight's win feel like for your team, and what did it take tonight?
I mean, it felt good to get a win and shake hands tonight after a game. I think Yuri was outstanding, and he was, the home run. But other than that, I mean, 8 strikeouts, no walks, and the quality of his changeup tonight, and him being able to get some swing and miss on that and get some strikeouts. We talked about it before pregame that it's another pitch that he's continuing to gain comfort in, and it was a weapon for him tonight. So I thought over like Yuri, he was outstanding, and proud of him from bouncing back after that, the homer in the 4th and going out and throwing out a clean 5th and getting the win.
And then Gavin Williams today, just your guys' approach and what you saw from the start with X.
I think X started it off. I think to get down in the count, 2 strikes, and lay off, get it back to 3-2, hit a homer, lead off the game. I mean, that was great to get a 1-0 lead, but I think then you saw Stowers do the same thing, check off on some pitches with 2 strikes, work a walk. So I think it was that we were incredibly stubborn to where we were looking. We made Gavin, work hard tonight to get his outs, and I think that's something that we talk about a lot as a group, is just making it as difficult on people as they can to collect outs and try to stress them each inning.
Talk so much to X as a hit collector, but when he does get a leadoff homer, what kind of extra spark maybe it gives the club?
A different kind of boost. We're used to X getting things started for us. We haven't seen that one come out that much, but he's been impacting the ball really well recently. I think he's accessed the pull side some, and it hasn't taken away from his ability to get hits all over the field. I think he's being calculated with when he's taking some shots, and when he gets the ball closer to him, he's put some really aggressive, high quality swings on him, and we've seen some extra base hits follow that.
It's 400 plus strike field. It's big boy home run.
It is a big boy home run from X. So yeah, X has got that in him now. We've seen it.
Could you guys hear the cheering section from RC in the dugout?
You know what? Yes, we definitely heard it. And then after the home run, he comes around and we were like, Morris, you got a lot of people here tonight? He goes, yeah, I got a pretty good crew here. So we could definitely hear them. I think he sent it out there close to where they were sitting, or at least it sounded like where they were.
When you have a losing streak like this one coming into the game, and then, given the time of the year too, what does a win like this do for just the overall confidence of the team and the way you guys won it as well?
I think any win is good. And much has been said about, I know we had a losing streak, losing some games, like that's also part of things. And again, our group has shown resiliency all season long, the ability to rebound. And tonight, for us to come out early and really put together some quality at bats and get a lead, and for the game to get tied, I think for us, how we responded to that and continue to mount innings and continue to score and pour it on is a really good sign for us. And I think we look at it as a good win and a chance to be evened up a series, and tomorrow is going to be a big one to try to go out and win a series on the road.
Yeah, just the way your team just didn't flinch. It felt like in that fourth inning we had talked about the last couple of days that sometimes these moments happen and you either flounder or you kind of rise to the occasion. What did you see there?
I thought we responded extremely well tonight. It had been very easy to feel sorry for yourselves. It had been very easy to think about all the bad that now can happen, and we didn't. And we just went right back to it, and again, went right back to putting at bats together, and we got a shutdown from Yuri in the fifth after Marcy's second homer, and Phillips and Zub to come in there as well and just fill it up and put up 0. So all around, really good team win.
What has this version of Graham Pauley offensively provided you?
We've certainly seen a much more relaxed, confident version of Graham this time. I think it's, for me, what's really stood out outside of some of the production, some of the power that he's shown has been his decision making. I think he's really been more in control of his at bats. I think he's put himself in much better counts. It's like he's seen the ball much better. He's slowed things down, and that's a big key for him. And it's nice to have seen that, this time around he's come back, and I think the at bat quality has been much better than it was early in the year, and the production has matched that. Okay, thank you.
That's Clayton McCullough after a huge Fish win, 13-4 offensive onslaught. But, oh, by the way, the pitching was okay as well. Yuri Perez, the line in terms of runs doesn't look great. It was 5 innings, a 4-run ball, but he got clipped twice. It was the second pitch he threw, Stephen Kwan, and then he hung a sweeper to Gabriel Arias, and he really didn't miss it. Arias had a 3-run homer to tie the game at 4 in the fourth. But Yuri, the secondaries were really working for him. 8 punch-outs and no walks. Let's hear from Yuri after the start, translated by the amazing Louis Durante.
Yuri, how important was it to get your secondary stuff going tonight?
Sí, que tan importante fue tener esos picheos secundarios esta noche.
Súper importante. Estuvimos trabajando más con el cambio hoy. Es uno de los juegos que más yo he tirado el cambio, y creo que fue un día súper especial porque estaba haciendo un buen trabajo.
Yeah, been working a lot with that. It was super helpful. I was working mostly with my changeup, and I think it was a really good game for me.
How did you navigate the lineup?
¿Cómo navegaste el lineup?
Bueno, traté de salir a trabajarlo, a montármele arriba en el conteo siempre, y a tratar de disfrutar del juego, hacer el trabajo que tenía que hacer, y creo que el día de hoy fue un buen día.
Yeah, I was just trying to attack, each hitter, trying to stay ahead on the count, and overall, I think it was a good game for me.
Can you take us through the at-bat with Arias in that fourth inning?
Sí, que nos puedes guiar más o menos lo que fue ese turno con Arias en el cuarto inning.
Un tremendo turno. Creo que tiré casi todo el lanzamiento a él, pero me salí un poquito de concentración porque en el dogado de ellos estaban voceando que estaba haciendo Bob. Y entonces estaba un poquito desconcentrado y me ganó con el picheo porque se quedó en la zona.
Yeah, it was an incredible at bat. I think I threw everything I had, every single pitch I had. But then I lost a little concentration during the at bat. They were yelling from the other dugout saying I was balking. So I kind of lost concentration then, and then he won the at bat.
Why was it important for you to come out in the 5th inning?
¿Por cuál era la importancia tuya de regresar y salir en ese quinto inning?
Fue muy importante y volver al inning y demostrar que estaba un poco más concentrado todavía y que salía a dejarlo ahí el juego. Y es importante porque debía ganar ese juego. So, salía a competir igual, como que no había pasado nada y todo salió súper bien.
It was super important, right? So I wanted to show that I had that focus. So going back again and try to get that 0, it was very important for me. Again, I went out there, try to concentrate and get the game for the guys and get the victory.
The last couple of starts, just the long ball has gotten to you. Just is it a matter of execution, like maybe sequencing? What do you think?
Sí, en las últimas 2 salidas te han conectado varios honrones, ¿no? ¿Tú crees que es cuestión de ejecutar los picheos, la secuencia? ¿Qué piensas tú que ha sido?
No, si te das cuenta, están haciendo un swing en el primer inning. Creo que están saliendo a swingar porque ellos saben que yo tiro mucho try y solo están ganándole al picheo.
No, if you see, like, they're just swinging, right? Aggressively, like they're coming out just swinging because I know I'm throwing a lot of strikes, mostly right there in the first innings. So they're just making contact.
So how do you kind of, I guess, counter that when they know, I guess, they'll be aggressive as you tell them?
¿Cómo crees tú que puedas contrarrestar eso si saben que entonces tú eres agresivo, ¿no? Tirando strike.
Bueno, vamos a trabajar en eso. Tratar de mantenernos igual, solo salir un poquito más del medio y tratar de salir a competir y divertirnos.
Yeah, we're going to try continue working on that part. Probably maybe start trying to stay away from the middle, but we're going to continue going out there, have fun, and enjoy the game.
All right. Thank you to Yuri Perez, and thank you to Louis Durante, who is the translator for Yuri there. 13-4, the Marlins get the win. Steve's got takes. I'm sure you have more than 4. Give me one, and then we'll break and we'll get the rest.
I'm so proud of the way the team battled in that 4th inning. That was a tough situation. Arias puts this place into another stratosphere. It's tied up, and you say, oh, my gosh, are you kidding me? We just had a 4-run inning to start this bad boy. You're looking like we're going to coast to a victory. The 4th inning happened. Yuri Perez on the hill. The fact that they were able to respond in that half inning, that next half inning, Jack, told me everything I need to know about this team.
There we go. All right, heck of a tease. We're going to step aside. Final break. We will come back, conclude the 10th inning show after a 13-4 win for the Fish next on the Marlins Radio Network.
At Good questions, but it's not as easy as the guy that worked for the New York Post.
First pitch to Troy Johnston, ripped into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. It short hops off the wall in the corner. They're going to hold Pauly at third, but Hernandez comes in to score from second. His first plate appearance in Miami.
He's good based on the skill set. Kyle Stowers was bad for a month this year after he was amazing for 2 months and amazing for 2 more. Stowers hits one high in the air, down the left field line, playable for Dominguez in foul ground. He makes the catch, but Johnston will tag and score from third base. It was in fair territory. If it was in foul ground, Dominguez might have let it drop, but he did make the catch. It plates another
75 and 49 or
49,
yeah.
something crazy.
There's a shot, deep right field. Going back is Bellinger. He looks up, and it is gone. Kyle Stowers has done it again. This time a 3-run shot off the lefty. 6-1 Miami. Marcy looking for his first Major League RBI. Rips one deep to center. Grisham going back, turns back, looking out, backhander, off the glove. It hits the wall. Marcy rounding second. He will get his first Major League RBI and his first Major League triple. 7-3 Miami, the rookie does it again.
Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, just getting recognized for anything that you do in this game is always really special. I don't take it for granted. Honestly, just kind of more stoked about how we've been playing in all sincerity, and just hope we can keep that going. It feels good to just play winning baseball. What we've done the last couple months, I think, is just kind of take things one day at a time, kind of flush the previous day regardless of whether it was good or bad. And what great teams do is they prepare to win every day. It's not always just about winning, it's preparing to win. And that's what we've done a really good job of, and just kind of responding to the game. And I think that's what we, hope to continue to keep doing.
DieHard Radio app. WINC AM Miami. WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
It might be as good as it gets.
Yeah.
13-4 win for the Marlins over the Cleveland Guardians at Progressive Field. Jacob Marcy tied a franchise record with 7 RBIs. There were 2 4-hit days today. Graham Pauley also 4 for 4. Marcy, first career multi-homer day. What else? X had a homer and a triple in this one, his second homer of the year. There's a lot of places to go. This is a blank canvas, man. And Steven Strom, you're the artist, brother.
Okay, let's start from the beginning then, because every good painting starts with its first brush. And I think that the Gavin Williams game plan was superb, man. I mean, 3 innings pitched after being 2 outs away from a no-hitter in Queens against the Mets last week. This was a tall task, man. 120-plus pitches that he threw, and coming into this, he had a Monday off day and a Thursday off day, so he was coming in with some pretty decent amount of rest, and the Marlins did a spectacular job from the jump. Xavier Edwards led this bad boy off. Jacob Marcy broke it open for at least a couple of innings. I thought the approach against Gavin was tremendous. The next thing, Yuri Perez, his ability to adapt on the fly. Now, you look at the pitch mix, and he still threw his 4-seamer more than any other pitch. Threw it 35 times.
Yeah.
But the slider at 22, the changeup at 17, those 2 secondary pitches were huge. And I know he got burned on the 1 home run, but the fact that he is able to adapt, plug and play, and still use that fastball, Jack, but not rely on it the amount. It's like Cal with the splitter. I'm kidding. 4-seamer with Yuri, obviously, is his pitch. His ability to adapt tonight and be able to fight. I mean, he fought through 5 innings today. It wasn't pretty, but he was able to get the win.
Yeah.
Last thing for me, Graham Pauley, man, this guy has come up after being optioned and looked like a completely different person. His ability to draw walks, his ability to drive the ball. You're starting to really see him pull the ball. 4th home run today, 4 hits, a career high. I just love what we've got from Graham Pauley. I don't know where he fits when Connor Norby comes back, but it's going to be tough to keep him out of the lineup, dude, when there's a right-hander on the mound. Graham Pauley is making his stamp. And how about the Padres' former prospects? Jacob Marcy, Graham Pauley, and did you see what Robbie Snelling did today?
No, I didn't see what Snelling did today.
Go look.
I saw Jacksonville. I saw Jacksonville lost 4-1. Another former Padre prospect I want to throw at you.
Gimme.
Xavier Edwards, homer to triple.
I love that. So yeah. it's a Padre prospect party that unfortunately the Marlins are hosting.
Robbie Snelling. Let's see. Robbie Snelling. Jacksonville did lose 4-1. Let me tell you what Snelling did today. Robbie Snelling in AAA got the ball. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 unearned runs. He walked 2 and punched out 9. So this guy's AAA ERA currently sits sub-2. Let me pull this up here. Snelling in Pensacola, 14 starts at a 3.6. Through 6 starts in Jacksonville, 33 and 2/3 innings, he's got a 1.34 ERA.
It's good.
In 33 and 2/3 innings, he's K'd 43 and walked 7.
Decent.
It's a good day to be a former Padre in the Marlins organization.
That's all I got, Jack. It was a nice win today. It's not that they snapped the 4-game skid. It was how they did it, the response, not flinching in that 4th inning. All in all, really good night, and we saw the Marlins get back to basics tonight, and it was awesome to watch. It felt good. Now let's flip it tomorrow, rubber match, before we head off to Boston.
Can we flip it tonight real quick?
Yeah.
M flipped. Huge thank you to Carlos Picari in studio, handling things all night long. For Steven, for Gabby, I'm Jack, saying so long from Progressive Field. We hit the air at 6 o'clock sharp tomorrow for a 6:40 first pitch. Edward Cabrera against Tanner Bybee. 13-4, the Fish get the win over the Guardians. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.